Our last step or last thing today is actually finding the determinant of a 3 by 3. Just let you know, we're not going to do 3 by 3 inverses or other things. We're going to use our calculator to do those if we do anything bigger than 3 by 3. Just realize that if you were taking a class like linear algebra, you would have to expand that and go further and probably even do a 4 by 4s just to get the concept. But I think we're good enough with the 2 by 2 and then applying it and understanding what's happening. So a 3 by 3 is this. You have those random things, and this is your formula here. And you don't really need the formula. It's kind of following the same steps always and always. So the idea is we want to find, if we look at this A, that's where this A is coming from. And then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of cancel those out here. And then what is left is this E, F, H, I. So this E, F, H, I is right here. So if I want to find the determinant, I start by picking the first element and then crossing out the row and the column with it. What are those? And whatever is left, not in that row or column, we're going to be finding the determinant of that 2 by 2. So again, this absolute value sign is the determinant of. Then what we're going to do is kind of move on to the next step. So let me show you where that comes from. So if I wanted to find B here, let's do that in blue. By the way, we're going to oscillate from always, just an FYI, we're going to always go positive and then negative and then positive for this determinant. So then to find B, again, that is in the top row, middle column. So again, you cross out the top row and then the middle one. And what is in fact left is D, G, F, I, which is D, G, and F, I. So that is where that comes from. And then you just move on. And again, we're going to oscillate from positive to negative to positive when you're finding this determinant. So always the first is positive, then negative, and then positive. So I'm not going to go into the details why, but you could research that if you're very interested in that. So the next thing is, let's get rid of that to go on to the next one. So let me move that away. So now if I wanted to do the next one, which is C, let's do that in black here. So C is right here. We cross that out, cross that out. So that's where that C is located. And what was remaining is right here. And that's the same thing as remaining right there. So we're going to be walking through this step by step. You don't need the formula. The only thing you really need to remember is positive, negative, positive from the formula. But you can write this down if you want as well. All right, so let's find the determinant here. So the first thing is starting in the top left corner. We're going to start with the 6, cross those out. So we have 6 times the determinant of what was left inside, which is 2, 3, 5, 5. Again, this will go from positive to negative and then to positive. So if I write those down, so we're going to have something like that. So then what I'm going to do is get rid of this again, just to get that out of the way. Let's go to the next one. Again, we're going to go to the 1 here. So put a 1 in front. Cross out the row and the column, and what is left is a negative 5, 0, 3, and 5. Let's move on to the next one then, and then we'll do all the calculations after. So if we wanted to do the last one, which is the top right corner then, so the top right corner, cross out the first row again and the last column now, and then what is left is negative 5, 2, 0, 5, and the negative 2 is still in front. Let's put that in parentheses though. And now we can actually start simplifying that. So the idea is we're going to do positive 6 times the determinant of this, which if you recall is 2 times 5 minus 3 times 5 here. Again, you kind of that cross multiply thing. Minus 1 times, we're going to do this, a negative 5 times 5. And then minus 0 times 3, and then minus 2, and then we're going to do, again, a negative 5 times 5, and a minus 0 times 2. So the determinant of A, in this case, or the determinant, there is no A, B, or whatever, so our determinant is equal to that. And we just have to simplify that. So I'm going to move that up a little bit. And when you think about it, we have 6 times, well, 10 minus 15 is negative 5, minus a negative 25, and then minus 2 times a negative 25 again. And then if I simplify that, that is negative 30 plus 25, and then plus 50. So we end up getting our determinant is in fact equal to, let's see, 45, I believe, for my final answer. So I would like you to try and see if you can get the determinant of this one on your own. I will have an answer shortly, so pause it and try it yourself. So hopefully you tried it, and I believe it's negative 61, so hopefully that is correct. Double check, and if you have questions, always ask.